further ado, let's get underway. Let's get into our interviews. We have three coming up here. Appreciate these athletes taking some time to talk with us. And we're going to start first with an athlete from the Siena Saints, Diana Fernandez, Chicago native out of St. Ignatius. Then went on to have a really, really strong career with the Siena Saints. And really one of the bummers this year. Siena was playing really well. As the year stopped, they finished 7-6, first winning season ever. Playing well, looking forward to MAC play, all of that good stuff. So let's bring in Diana, then we'll talk with Jesse Ransone from UC San Diego, and then we will talk with Heidi Rittner from the University of Michigan. And before we get to that, any Parks and Rec fans? This t-shirt just came in. Very excited about it. This is, you have to treat yourself during the quarantine. So I Met Little Sebastian t-shirt. That's how I'm spending my money wisely here during the quarantine. All right, let's add in Diana, and we'll have some fun. If you have any questions, feel free to throw.
Hi,
Hey, Diana, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing okay. Thanks for taking some time to talk with us.
Absolutely.
Hey, so I know this is a weird time. No water polo to play. Not at all how you wanted your college season to kind of come to a close. Just where are you at emotionally now? It's you've had several weeks to kind of process this. How are you feeling about everything?
I mean, I think now that I've had a couple weeks to kind of sit back and think about it, I mean, it's upsetting. I'm super bummed about it, especially being the lone senior at my school. I think that was probably the hardest part. But of course, all of my teammates also lost a season of eligibility. And I mean, also just thinking about all the other seniors in every sport across the country that feel the exact same way I do, it does suck.
As being the senior, the leader, we see a few of your teammates here are calling you out as their captain in the comments already.
Yeah.
What does a captain say in this situation? What do you say to everybody when this is something no one's ever had to deal with?
I mean, they actually were the ones to comfort me. The day we found out, uh, it was we were all crowded out in the room of our coach's office, and before we walked in, we already kind of knew we had our practice earlier that morning, and we all had the feeling during the practice because he made it really fun. We got to play animal ball, and so we just kind of knew that it was just not going to go our way. But they all comforted me. I didn't know what else to say to them other than I was so happy to have played the years that I got to play with them. I know the freshmen I only got a couple games in, but they're going to do so well. They're going to take this team so far.
So this season, some changes during your time at Siena, a new coach, and this year the team was playing well. You'd struggled to kind of find that recipe to build a winning record, but that was changing this year. What was the 4-year journey like from being a team trying to figure out how to win to being one that was starting to win?
Yeah, so my freshman year, it was quite different. I mean, having three coaches and having three different types of skills thrown at you in 4 years, it was a little challenging because we would play differently every year. And with the new talent that we got as the years came on, we were a really young team this year, having six freshmen come in and having to kind of help maneuver them and get them feeling their footing in the game and with a whole new team. But this year really did turn around because I mean, we just figured out how to improve week by week. And something that Alex actually did really well with us was being able to show our statistics in like a graph. And we would do this during film study and seeing what each individual athlete was taking part in each week and motivating us to kind of tell each other what we need to work on uh, was, I think, the turning point that we needed. And we've always taken pride in being a team that never brings each other down. We're always trying to bring each other up. We're really small, we're really close. And I think that's just something that we've really worked hard at this season.
We're talking with Diana Fernandez from Siena, all MAC selection, all American selection. One of many seniors that had their season cut short here as part of our senior week theme, trying to recognize some of those seniors. You talked about the stats, and if you follow water polo on social media, Siena posts a lot of stuff. There's a lot of graphics and just interactions and hype. Even for this interview, there was a lot of stuff coming out from the Siena accounts. And even though it's a team that hasn't won a conference title, hasn't won an NCAA championship, there's a feeling that it's feeling big time. What's kind of the how would you describe the pride of being a part of this team?
I mean, just like I said, I think we're just such a small team. We're always kind of known as the underdog team. And knowing that, it's still nice that other teams don't see us, that they kind of just never hold back on us. And that's something that you just never want to happen. You don't want a team to go easy on you. That's an insult. So, and I think that just goes to show with what we've been able to build in the program. And I mean, all of the athletic department supports us. I know some people at the school may not know a lot about water polo, but we're really promoting our home games that we would have had this year. Everyone was excited. Professors were excited, and it's an interesting sport. No one really knows about it, even at our school. But I think they were just really excited to see us and see the sport that they didn't get to see last year. We didn't have a single home game last year, so we were excited.
Wow, so not a single home game last year? Was like
Mm-mm.
pool being worked on, or what was going on there?
I don't know what the rules were for that, but we did have to host our senior night at someone's house in California. It was unfortunate we didn't get to play, but it was still nice. We had the parents fly out over there, but this would have been a big deal. I mean, been able to have 5 weekends, or no, I believe it was 4 weekends of home games this year, which is never the case. Every year that I've been at Siena, I think we had, other than last year, we've only hosted maybe 2 weekends max, 1 weekend. So it was never, it was difficult to be able to have the school support us in that way.
Now, does the Sienna pool still have the wall cages, and on one end is the goal much higher than the other end?
Yeah.
That's what everybody. I
Hmm.
always thought that was the most exciting thing for shooters on offense going down the shallow end, because if you could put the ball to the high corners, you could score a lot of goals.
Yeah, I mean, you'd be surprised because some goalies aren't trained that way. Like if you get California goalies, it's deep, deep. But luckily for us, we that wasn't really an issue. We were able to train in that and both ends, so we could play in anything.
Yeah, no, definitely can, and definitely seems like a program that has built a strong foundation. So I know you won't be there going forward, but you talked about the freshmen and the underclassmen. Where do you think this team can go in the next couple of years?
I mean, I'm so excited because Alex is just graduating me, and from what I know so far, I believe he's committed at least 7 girls, and the team is going to grow. I mean, we never have been able to play 6-on-6 scrimmage, so that's just a huge say on what he's going to be able to develop on plays and practicing a whole bunch of drills with the amount of girls that he's going to have now.
You're from Chicago area, went to St. Ignatius. That's an area that the game continues to grow at the high school level. What did it mean to you to be a Chicago area person playing water polo at the Division I level?
I mean, it's great because I started off when I was really, really young. I followed my siblings' footsteps. They kind of got thrown into it when they were like young teens, and I was lucky enough to get into it when I was 7 years old. So I got to travel. I got to travel with the Chicago Park District team to JOs, to the Philadelphia tournament. I think they switched it to Chicago now, but I got a lot of experience through Chicago, and I'm so glad that they're still growing. I follow their page; they're still constantly posting girls that they graduate, girls that they're committing to other universities and being able to play still at the collegiate level.
Got to give a shout out to CPD, Chicago Park District. They are one of the most energetic groups. If you've ever been to Junior Olympics and seen the Chicago Park District team, they are fired up, excited to be there, matching shirts, outfits, the whole deal. So it's great. It's great to hear about them. I'm sure you get this question a lot. Still finishing out your senior year as far as school goes. What's next for you? And do you want to try and have water polo involved in your life in some way, whether it's masters or something else?
I mean, I would love to just have water polo be included in the summer leagues, of course. Anything I could get my hands on really when I'm I have the free time. But yeah, I will start school in the fall, and hopefully, I mean, I know we have winter leagues here. I did it back in the day. I will continue to do it until I can't swim anymore, really. I don't plan on leaving water polo fully.
Excellent. Dan, I really appreciate you taking the time. I know this has been a tough couple of months to have the school and the season and everything stop. So appreciate you taking the time and congrats on a great run at Siena and best of luck with whatever's next.
Thank you so much.